Good afternoon, I'm Raylene Ramsey. This is your afternoon news fix for Thursday, the 28th of May. The Finance Minister's calling her budget responsible, with no election year sugar hit to be seen, but a sooner return to surplus than expected. It's estimated the books will be back in the black in the 2028-29 financial year. Hospital, school property and roading infrastructure are the big winners today, but government agencies are being mined for savings. Health is getting a record $34.2 billion, and the bowel cancer screening age will lower from 58 to 56. The government's aiming to buy land in Auckland South in Drury for a new hospital. It's committed $1.7 billion for extending the Waikato Expressway. Nicola Willis says despite setbacks, the economy's on track.
The recovery has been delayed but not derailed, and a much better future lies ahead for New Zealanders.
Labour's Chris Hipkins says Willis shouldn't be celebrating an earlier surplus.
That's still 2 years later than it was before she got her hands on the government's books. Because this government took everything backward. New Zealanders can go back and they can see what was forecast before the last election.
The Prime Minister says the budget's laser focused on delivering more to New Zealanders. Chris Luxon says the Iran war fuel crisis is a reminder we need modern infrastructure, a fighting-fit defence force and reliable schools and hospitals.
This year's net capital package is $5.7 billion. And yes, that's larger than we'd planned, but don't take it as a signal of permanently higher borrowing, but as a deliberate, targeted investment in resilience.
Prisons are expected to grow. $1.3 billion is being put into the justice system. That includes $487 million for easing pressures on inmate populations and hiring corrections officers. Whanganui and Greymouth will get new police stations, and money's going to a new biometric fingerprint recording system. ACT's leader says there is no doubt banks will pass on costs from a new levy to the Reserve Bank announced in the budget to fund regulating the industry. It's expected to bring in $209 million over 4 years. But David Seymour says it's fair because customers already pay regulators through taxes.
If you're going to pay for regulating the financial sector, I think it's critical that it's paid for by the people that use it rather than all taxpayers.
$559 million will deliver more than 4,700 student places in new schools and more classes. The School Property Agency will be set up as a separate agency from the Education Ministry. $65 million is going to charter schools and $61 million for resourcing the new secondary curriculum. Winston Peters has secured a boost in foreign aid, $145 million for an overseas diplomatic network, and $109 million for development and support in the Pacific. $20 million will go towards hosting next year's Pacific Islands Forum. The Super Gold card will be converted into a senior's photo ID card that will cost $40 million. It's offering those without a driver's licence or passport another proof of identity. The Greens say the budget leaves Kiwis fending for themselves without a plan. Finance spokesperson Chloe Swarbrick says it's more proof the government lacks hope, ambition and vision.
Unless that hope, that vision and that plan is just what we see here, allowing corporations to profit handsomely off the misery of regular New Zealanders.
And in sporting headlines, Netball New Zealand's trumpeting Paddy Kawhia McLean and Tracy Hook-Ihaka joining their board, saying the pair bring deep expertise in governance, Māori development and financial leadership. Hurricanes halfback Cam Roigard is optimistic his calf injury was perfectly timed, allowing him to tackle the Super Rugby playoffs refreshed and fizzing. And defender Nando Apinaka reckons the All Whites may have an advantage over Iran at football's World Cup due to their opening opponent having to travel to matches from Mexico after the US declined to host them.